So today we are going to start with geography, one chapter, chapter number 2. So the name of chapter is geographic grid, latitudes and longitudes. So here basically we are going to understand that for what reason these latitudes and longitudes are there, what uses are there, and how it is going to help us out, why it has been formed, etc, etc, and what actually terms are there in this. Okay, so first is lines of latitude. Two kinds of lines we do have in our grid is formed by vertical and horizontal line. Is it you know grid, what is grid, right? So basically our earth is there or globe is there, on that they have also formed the horizontal lines, but in a spherical way, and the circular lines, or you can say that the you like a equator one, which are parallel to the equators, isn't it? So we'll see what are the lines of latitude. Latitudes are lines running east to west. So basically those are the lines running east to west and forming a complete circle. They are forming a complete circle and which are parallel to the equator. Equator, you all know, equator is the centermost line which is running from east to west, and that circle will be a biggest one, isn't it? So that is the equator, and lines of latitude will run parallel to the equator. Lines of longitude is they are running from north to south. So basically from up to down those are there, and they will be meeting at the poles, north pole and south poles, isn't it? They will pass through the poles. Geographic grid is the intersection of both latitudes and longitudes. So crisscross lines forming a framework is known as the geographic grid. So basically why this geographic grid is being used, or why such kind of things have been made up. So what help does it give us? So they help us to locate places. So you might have seen on the maps of India also, if you have seen it carefully, at that time you will come to know that on maps the readings are that northeast dash dash south dash dash west dash dash north south, in that way, isn't it? So that means the specific location of the place can be understood by this geographic grid only, with the helps of latitudes and longitudes only. Why? Because they have given the particular how much degrees are there and at which side, like north is there, south is there, which side. So specific location can be identified with these grids only. Make various kinds of calculations. Some calculations are there. This are been done by the help of geographic grid. Indicate directions. We can get the directions because see when you if I say that Mumbai is 19 degrees north to the equator, so I am getting the direction that it is 19 degrees and not to the equator, isn't it? So direction also we are getting from this geographic grid. So basically it helps us in finding the exact location and directions in that way. So this is basically the grid one. So see, framework is been formed by latitudes and longitudes. So this is the grid. So this structure, this framework is there, this is called as the grid. So lines of latitudes. So lines of latitudes are basically all imaginary lines, and these are joining all the places having same latitudes toward north or south of the equator. So these are, see, I am showing this figure. So these are all the lines of latitudes. These are imaginary lines moving from east to west. The latitude is the angular distance of a place north or south of the equator. So basically these lines are moving from east to west, but these are showing how much distance is there from the equator to the north side or from the equator to the south side. So this lines of latitude are showing us that how much distance is to the upside. That means I gave you example that Mumbai lies 19 degrees north to the equator. If I am saying that way, then I am saying that it is upside, that is 19 degrees north. I am saying that it is 19 degrees north. That means it will be showing us, these lines of latitudes will be showing us distance either north or south. So understand this. These lines are moving from east to west. These itself are moving from east to west, but it will indicate the distance as the north side or the south side. It will show us in terms of north or south. This is the main point. Okay. Latitude is marked in degrees with the equator being 0 degrees. Yes, equator is always 0 degrees. See here. Latitudes are calculated during according to the angle of place makes with the center of the earth. Since the lines of latitudes are parallel to the equator and each other, they are called as the parallels of latitudes. So all these lines, see this, see now here they have shown specifically 19 degrees, 30 degrees, they have shown this. But if you think carefully, at that time you will understand that you can draw here line of latitude 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. You can form such kind of geographic grid also. But the thing they have shown is to understand it. They have not shown it in a microscopic view, but there will be, you can say that such kind of lines also you can draw, isn't it? So these are all the lines which are parallel to each other. They are never going to meet each other, and that's why it is also named as what? Parallels of latitude. Those are named as parallels of latitude. Okay. So this again I will say that these latitudes will be showing us the distance to the north side or the south. This will show in the terms of the distance in the north or south of the equator, of the what? Equator. It will show the distance, angular distance in the north or south of the equator. Each parallel of the latitude is full circle, only the equator is great circle. Lines of latitude are not of the equal length and become smaller as we move towards the poles. At 60 degrees latitude in each hemisphere, length of the circle is half the length of the equator. See here, this equator is there, it is marked as 0 degrees, and this is the biggest circle or the greatest circle of all the latitudes. Whatever you draw here, the number of latitudes you draw over here on the grid for making that grid, then you will find that equator will be the biggest circle, as it is in at the center. It will form as the biggest center. Okay, but as you go upward or you go downwards towards the pole, then you will find that the circles will become smaller and smaller, and one time will come at 60 degrees, either north side or the south side, that is northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. You will find that at 60 degrees specifically, they are saying that the circle will become exactly half of the equator. It will become exactly half of the circle which is of the equator. Okay, and the poles will be at the extreme points. Poles will be at the extreme, those latitude. Okay, so some terms are there. So some specific angles they have given over here, and those are the names you have to understand. That equator will be 0 degrees. That is the longest of the line of the latitude. So equator is the longest line and it is at the 0 degrees. North pole 90 degrees. 90 degrees from the equator, that is called as the north pole, the extreme point. North pole you all know. South pole, the extreme at the southern point, downwards. So it is at the 90 degrees south of the equator. Tropic of Cancer 23.5. This is 23.5. 23.5 degrees north in the northern hemisphere, that will be called as the Tropic of Cancer, and 23.5 degrees southern hemisphere in the south side from the equator, 23.5 degrees from the equator will be called, and in the southern hemisphere it will be called as Tropic of Capricorn. The last one is Arctic and Antarctic. Arctic and Antarctic are what? 66.5 degrees north. If it is in the north, then it will be called as Arctic Circle, and 66.5 degrees south from the equator it will, and in the southern hemisphere it will be called as Antarctic Circles. So northern and southern hemisphere are nothing but equator is there, it is dividing it into two half. The upper side will be called as the northern hemisphere and the southern side will be called as the southern hemisphere. Okay, so as I told you that equator is the biggest circle, and it will be having the circumference will be also more. So they have calculated the circumference and it came out to be 40,077 kilometers. So this is the total circumference of the earth, of the equator, basically of the equator, because equator is the biggest, which lies in the center. That's why they are showing this in the terms of kilometers. And that circle is up of how many degrees? 360 degrees. So circle is made up of 360 degrees, isn't it? Therefore calculation of 1 degree will be this in kilometers, that is 40,077 kilometers divided by 360, you will get 1 degree. What is the value of 1 degree in kilometers? It came out to be 111 kilometers. Okay, so specifically if anyone asks you that what is 1 degree in kilometers, it is 111. Now locations, if you have to find out that Mumbai is there, Mumbai is 19, if we are saying Mumbai is 19 degrees north to the equator at that time, then how much? Now see, this grid will be showing us in degrees only, not in the kilometers. So we have to find out in kilometers. Some calculations they have said that calculations we can do the calculations on it. So this kind of calculations are being done, that 19 degrees north, if we are saying that Mumbai is located 19 degrees north to the equator, then we have to find out in the kilometers that how much actually it will be in kilometers. So it will be 19 into 1 degree, and 1 degree is 111 kilometers. That means Mumbai is 2109 kilometers from the equator. We can say it in that way. I hope you have understood this lecture. If any doubt is there, then you can